Well, that was pretty quick. That was a lot faster than I was anticipating. The knife round happens immediately as Pendulum joins the server, all 10, plus a coach for Cold Ass Writing. And the knife round has been won by Verum. It's a very important one on Nuke, especially. You want that CT side start. You want to rip it off early and try and get that ball rolling. And Verum have done just that. And here we are, into the pistol round. It's a lot of players outside. One hanging around towards Squeaky. And as the T's actually wrap their way around, they're going to be going towards Heaven's side instead of going to Squeaky. And Scotty is going to be hearing this and communicating this to his teammates, I can only assume. As they make their way above, though, Chu has to turn his attention soon, or else he may be lost. There's a kill found on the flank. Chu still hangs around, finds one. Not quite the second. His teammates have done good, though, on it. Mills has a double of his own. Trying to hold down the bomb site all on his lonesome. He can't. Scotty's the last player remaining, reloading up in the heavens above. It's Polo to find a 4K on the CZ75, and it's going to be the first for Cold Ass Riding. And they're going to get things off to a pretty hot start without a bomb plant, though, and maybe this means that the CT side go for a full investment, and that will be the case. The game is only just getting started. A scout outside for Mills. What would you expect? Anything else? Man is a menace with the sniper, especially on Nuke. We've seen him put up crazy numbers on Godsense map. When they were playing in one of the qualifiers, he was going absolutely massive. And Pendulum's actually found a kill at the bottom of B. A player going down the vent, so it seems. He's taken him down to 5, but the kill is the CT's. At the end of it all, smoke comes out onto the A site, but from above, Scotty trying to do what he can with the 5-7, catches a player blind, and he will get a kill, but that will be it. Traded back, Landmaz. He's good for 1, and Amali in heaven means that Mills can't quite get into the action just yet. 3v3 bomb down. So many players now in towards the hut area, towards the lobby. No one actually stuck into the site, and the scout may be able to confirm that soon enough, allowing the pistol and the SMG to make their way through, but instead they're going to be falling away, maybe looking for a save. All three have now started to make their retreat. A little bit of a deagle shot into the chest of Savage, but the T's are going to stick around and make sure that no one's going to try anything a little bit cheeky, but Team Verum have already made their way so far away. A second round for Cold Ass Riding. It's an interesting name, I gotta say. I've never heard anything quite like that. I'm not sure if there's any meaning other than the word car in their acronym name, but interesting. I'm gonna make the crosshair a little bigger for you guys, because that's my crosshair you're seeing right now. Give it a little bit more length to it. Maybe a little bit more thickness to it, and then add an outline. Ooh, that's kind of gross. Yeah, that's not bad. Flashbangs go off the door. Scotty has a teammate up top hut. Once again, it's Ajax this time around. Drops off with the deagle. The SMG's found a kill over at ramp. Trying to see what he can do with the scout, though, is Mills. He'll be isolated from the fight by Amali as they drop their way down. No player is going to be lurking around this area any longer. The only player to do anything about this round, however, will be Scotty. P250 down at the B-bomb site. The SMG's already gone flying around the corner. Little does he know, he gets a little bit of tag damage on the Landmaz, who finds his second. Here's a couple of footsteps up towards the A-bomb site, does Polo. And as they go through, the deagle begins to make its way down the steps. Here's a couple of players jumping, goes for the fight, loses it out. Pendulum at least finds one on the SMG money made, but that's going to be the round done and dusted. Car once again cleaning things up pretty convincingly. Mills the only player left standing with just a scout that he had saved from the previous. And we'll see what he can get done with that. Opts for the P250 in this kind of a range, and there's a very low HP player just around the corner, but the bomb will detonate and it'll take him out before the SMG gets the chance to. It will be Cold Ass Riding leading by 3 AWP in the hands of Landmaz now. The SMG is farming him up that money he needed. And on the other end of things, it's Mills. It's going to be a battle. Mills is, like I said before, a masterful offer on the map of Nuke. So we'll see what he can pull out this time around. Most players now grouped up towards lobby once again. Nobody really taking outside control for the T side. This time it's going to look like an A execute. They've got a flashbang, maybe a smoke set up, and there's 2 players in here actually waiting to head out into the bomb site itself. Scotty just on the other end will be dealt with by the op. Ajax as well. The op of Mills can't really do much about this now that 2 of his teammates have died. No answer. And that explosion on to the top site is pretty good. That was a really solid execution, I have to say. It's pretty simple. They really didn't get a whole lot of pressure from any of the CT players. They made their way through. They won the fights. 2 1v1s, really, and what more can you ask for? Cold Ass Riding doing it to a science, practically, and that will grant them their 4th as they continue their run of form here. Chu has an inkling about the player that could be in his backside, and he's going to take him out. 20 HP onto him, not too hard to do. Picks up a Galil, gets the M4 back before he realizes it's not an AK, and now they'll have 1 more buy left in them before they're a little bit broke. Saving those 3 weapons was all important in the round number 5, because they wouldn't have had 5 rifles if not. And now they're really on last chance saloon. It's kind of a runaway half for Cold Ass Riding at this point if they're to win out the 5th, because that means that they're going to set themselves on a roll to win a couple of more. On the T side, you're really only expected to win maybe 6. 7's a really good half, and 8, winning out the half or anything more is just not unheard of, but certainly an achievement. As these T's gain map control outside, that Molotov will at least force Pendulum into an awkward position here. 50 HP onto him, drops a smoke, and now they're going to know that he's there. They're going to have that information, even though they didn't go any farther off of it. They're going to try and reposition now that they've known where the B player had poisted up. The player over at the ramp sending a couple of shots back and forth. They haven't connected, but there are players on the other end towards lobby. We'll have to see what happens. It might be another topside execute. This position from Scotty is much better than the one previous, but the only problem is if they walk out dry once again, they could be cleared hard, and that will be the case. It's Ajax who finds 1. A sloppy second, I have to say, but a second either way. Into the bomb site, the bomb goes down. 3 versus 3 once again. The util now starting to run dry for the T side as Savage throws quite a few nades into the mix. There's a couple of flashbangs left over, and Savage is just... oh, he's in there, man. That smoke and Mini is going to mean that Pendulum can't make his way through. Doesn't have any vision either. Cold Ass Riding find 5, and only 2 guns saved for the CT side isn't enough. It's really not. Mills spots the player doing a little bit of movement through the squeaky door. Doesn't quite connect the shot, though. And the money is questionable for Verum. There's a gun that could be purchased up from Pendulum. And I'm pretty sure that 1 player can at least buy themselves. Oh man, they're scraping at the bottom of the barrel. The only player with above $1,000 are Scotty and Pendulum. But the round loss bonus will do them some good, considering they haven't won a single one. Mills is known for this peak here, and no one's going to be walking into it just yet. Not exactly... the fastest of rounds. Almost 50 seconds in, and now a bit of contact other than the 1 bullet into Polo, but Chu now sees a lot of players over at ramp. He drops a flashbang. Here's them running around his side, and now he is going to be the lone defender of the B bomb site, and actually he does have a little bit of help, I believe. Mills, he somehow made his way back down with 50 seconds left. They're going back towards the A bomb site. They've pulled the rotation, and they know it. There are 2 players still left standing over here, though. And that's what they have to worry about. Scotty and Ajax have had a very hard time of locking down this bomb site time and time again. We'll see if this changes in this round here. As it stands, Scotty holds through Mini. They're going to be making their way through Hut. Ajax has the angle from Vent, and a lineup from Scotty. One, not quite anymore. It looked like it could have even been a 4K from the man. AWP of landmass is not fast enough for the quick scope of Mills. He is absolutely on that. A spam through would do good damage, and a Molotov towards center site would do even more. Chu already finding the first, traded back by Savage, and now Mills has to turn his attention, and he'll do just that, and he'll find the frag as well. One more to Bat and Drew in a 1 versus 2. Can't stand to find their 6th. It will be a first for Verum. And a very well put together round, and Mills composes himself to find the shots required. Double AWP setup. Chu over towards ramp now. Mills on the outside gets fast in towards the secret area where Pendulum had occupied previously, and now they've got some sort of a crossfire set up here to deny them entrance into the A bomb site. I love this. I really love this. This is a great setup in the A bomb site from Ajax and Scotty, switching things up time and time again. And Mills, he's going to switch things up and find a kill of his own now, dropping a smoke at his feet. He's going to fall away as soon as he gets the man advantage. Good decision making from, I believe, the top fragger of the team at the moment, and I will be correct. A lot of players making their way down secret now. Pendulum's hurt at least 3. And the 4th is all the way over here at ramp. Chu spots him, takes a couple of shots for his trouble, and wow, things have fallen all across the map on other sides, and we weren't even able to catch it as Mills. Here's a smoke being deployed. He flies up the vent and tries for a no-scope, but that's not going to happen. Unfortunately for him, his team has not been able to do much, and only the 2 snipers are left standing at the end of the day. Verum find their first and are immediately answered back by Cold Ass Riding, who get the bomb down and keep 4 alive in round number 7. And it looks like they haven't quite found themselves out of the woods yet, Verum. Oh. Oh. He ran away. That's awesome. Oh, a couple of pop shots from Polo. I'm not sure if those were an accident or not, but he should have known that the player was there. A kill found over towards CT, and now Polo's going to try and keep his gun alive. Another buy from Verum, though. They'll be able to. Mills can drop over 1. Pendulum can buy himself, and Ajax... He's got that A1S equipped, so it's not going to be too heavy on his pocket. Oh, it's actually Mills. Mills dropped him. I see, I see. Ooh, Mills, speaking of him, he's gone forward and he finds that frag inside of Mini, or Hunt, excuse me, but Chu does the same and dies. I don't like that. I feel like Mills has a very good understanding of how the man advantage should be played, and that just isn't it. A smoke towards the bottom of B by Drew, just trying to show some presence here. I'm not even sure his team's going to commit off of this, but as he clears his corners, Pendulum will find him, and that's the B bomb site now as they make their way down. The last 3 of Cold Ass Riding are in fact here. Polo, AWP in hand, is tagged up a little bit through this wall here, but he's got to turn his attention. His teammates are going to rotate back to the upper bomb site. And Scotty's still here. Does good damage onto the first, a little bit more onto the second as well, but Mills goes flying up through the vent. Kind of misses his timing on that one, but he'll make it eventually. A flashbang goes high and a molly towards the heavens above. Savage is being wrapped upon from both sides. Polo now towards heaven has certainly been hurt. He has an AWP. It's going to be a really hard time for him to take the player off the bomb. Ajax gets off of it on his lonesome, though. That was almost an embarrassing moment. The bomb will be defused, though. It's a little bit of a ninja. Ajax inside of the smoke will find the second for Verum. They keep 3 alive. AWP picked up. Polo saves one of his own, and they will be able to buy on both sides. But Team Verum now are starting to be worn down by the economic downturns. As they continuously buy back and forth, it is going to take a toll on them. top side execute, maybe 5 players here. All of which may just be waiting for that slow contact that they consistently make before they even go in. And Landmass has done just that, but he's lost so much health. His teammates actually traded it back. Ajax top, though. Polo is going insane at the moment. He's going to find a double over the top. Goes Chu. A wild spray does connect, but the molly will burn him down. Polo from the grave finds a triple and a 7th for Cold Ass riding on the T side of Nuke of all maps. This is kind of incredible, I have to say. It's very well done by them, and Team Verum really are just having a very difficult time of answering back. And a tactical timeout by Verum more than likely has been paused as we wait to come back into the live game. Things have gotten a little dicey towards the latter stages of the first half. And we'll have to wait and see whether or not Verum will be able to make some kind of radical comeback to win out the half, or if Cold Ass Riding will do the unthinkable and take them the distance on the offensive. Water went down the wrong pipe. And they have the double ops once more. If they go fast into the A-bomb site, Mills might be the answer to their prayers. On the CT side, Ajax spots one going back. Scotty had already found the first on the FAMAS, and in through the lobby, it's Chu with a double on the SMG, and Ajax from behind gets one of his own. It's a tag team duo, and that is an impressive round to win out, I have to say. Mills does find the kill. After the tag earlier on, he does solid damage, and as we look at the scoreboard at the moment for the half, as we see it as it stands, Scotty's been doing a lot of damage inside of the A-bomb site despite losing it time and time again. He started to find some footing, starting to find some form, and Polo on the other end sitting just comfortably above 100 ADR so far in the half. These mollies are going to stop them from making anything fast in the A-bomb site happen. They haven't really been known for doing that, but now Pendulum with the AWP the second instead of Chu outside here. Waiting to see what their game plan is as the smokes rain around. He's going to fall back into the A-bomb site and slowly make his way down the vent. Solid movement there to cut off a couple of seconds to allow him the rotation over. He's going to be posted up before they even make their way down. Here they come, so many. He's going to find the first, not quite the second, though. He's a little too close. Ooh, but Chu is here as well. All these timings just really aren't that good for them. That's a painful one, to say the least. Ajax tasked with clearing out this area, allowing his teammates to maybe make their way down the vent. Mills caught off guard by a player lurking up top. Should be an easy enough kill onto Drew, but it's an off angle, but Ajax is still good for it. A nade goes forward as well. It will take main very low. This is winnable. This is winnable. This is winnable. Scotty comes from the behind very late in the round. He's going to take out the first. The low HP of main is here, and he goes around the corner. Ajax spots him, and Scotty has to do more. He's got to be the difference maker in the round. But alas, 3 HP onto main, and Landmaz has Ajax's number if he were to go through, which he doesn't. He's grabbing the AWP, tucking tail, and saving it off into round number 12. There go the nades. Mills actually blinded up. Takes a shot in the dark. Not going to connect with anyone. No one's made their way far enough forward for it to affect them. But here they come into the A-bomb site from pretty unfavorable angles. The CTs do manage to do good enough damage as Ajax finds 2. It's Mills who's got to do more there. And Main finds 3. Chu in a 1v2. His position hasn't been found. And he makes it a 1 versus 1 from 3. And all of a sudden, Main does find the kill over the top of the mid-site wall. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my gosh. I just watched that little clip back, and now another tactical timeout. More than likely from Verum, but we'll see. Similar setup to the last. They've only got SMGs, and they go sprinting in for the lobby crunch, but no one's here. No one is here at all. Deep inside of T-spawn, though, is Drew, and he's read the situation very well. Landmaz finds one on the sniper rifle, and now Drew is going to hear a player close to the seat. Tries as he might. There is another. It's Chu. Scotty's trying to make the noise to draw out Drew, I believe. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Yeah, Drew's going to spot him in a second here, I think. Bomb's been dropped on the other side of the map momentarily. And that's a 10th. Double digits for the T side. Cold Ass Riding have begun to put on a show. Round number 14, and it's only pistols and SMGs for the CT side again. They're kind of strapped for cash, as we have known for quite some time now. Chu deploys a smoke at the front of ramp. SMG close by, close to the left. Polo is on the other end, and Chu's going to walk through, and Polo is going to catch him out clean and easy. Really all you need it to be. Drew does hang around towards top site. Two players here, Scotty and Ajax, typically the A-bomb site defenders, and Drew will be able to do at least some damage onto one, but the CZ of Mills has picked up an AK-47, swings open the door and finds another one. The bomb's been dropped, and he's looking for even more. Two players left standing, and the AWP shuts him down. From behind, all three of the CTs, though, and that's a nice shot from Landmaz, but he's going to be run down by the SMG. Godman does what he can, a reload from Ajax, and that might have costed him his life, but instead, he gets the gun reloaded just in time to take out Main and find a fourth for Verum before we go into the last round of the half. A buy is there for Cold, and there's a buy just as strong for Verum for the first time in quite some time. Oh, over the top of that smoke, Drew may be spotted by Ajax. At least he's been heard. No bullets exchanged, though, as Drew does make it away unscathed. Well, relatively, at least on the second engagement. Pendulum now doing his classic shimmy down the ladder to the B-bomb site. And the T's just wait for the smokes to fade before they make their move. They've got a minute and 20 left now. The AWP of Mills is very good at spotting out these types of frags, and Ajax has already made his way into Squeaky. If they don't clear him out accordingly, it could be not so fun of a time for them. One kill found at ramp, and now they're going to try and commit off that maybe, but Mills is already here with the AWP, and just before he gets blinded up, he's going to take out Main. On the other end of the map, Ajax has found one as well. They're going to make their way back before going down the ramp, and Ajax finds one behind Polo, all on his shoulders now in a 1v3. Scotty is waiting here on the other end of the hut wall, which may be the way in for Polo into the round. He's going to hear a player to his right, and now as he clears his hard left, it's Scotty who is dropped through the wall, though. Polo taken down to 21. It's going to be Pendulum to do it over the top of the site, though. Mills doesn't miss with the AWP in those kind of scenarios. The 1v1s always go his way, and as we flip things over, it's going to be a 10-5 half. Leading at the end of it all is Cold Ass Riding as they go on to the defensive. It's looking very good for them, really, as they go only 6 away from closing out the map. In game number 15, one off of the regular season closer. I believe both teams have already secured their place in playoffs as far as I'm aware. And this is just going to be for seeding. It's going to be for glory. It's going to be for valor. It's going to be for a little bit of experience. And of course you want to play out those last couple of games even after you've made playoffs, because why not? No pun intended. And really, Verum are going to have to make quite the comeback here on the T side if they want to make anything happen here. The pistol round is a must. They have to win the pistol, and if they don't, I don't really see a lot of ways back into this game for them. It's going to have to be a miracle. Either way, the match is live, and we have begun the freeze time. And we'll see whether or not Cold Ass Ratting will be able to close out their heavy lead into the second half. Decent amount of util across the board. A nade for the door, smoke to go forward, 3 flashbangs to boot, and there's players over on the A-bomb site, but they're going to be going through, not around. Polo spots the first, finds the kill eventually, takes a couple of pop shots. He doesn't have a whole lot of ammo, and that is going to be his demise. He's got nowhere else to hide. His players from Heaven are trying to help, but not really a whole lot they can do, and they too are also out of ammo. Oh, this could be easy for Lamaz. He spots the head of Mills, taps away. That's a little hasty. He should have had that kill for free. Now they make their way forward, and they lose so much life. 1 versus 4, and the all-important pistol round on the T side has been won by Verum. Although the CT side is typically easier when done right, I think. Also, having not watched a whole lot of Advanced, only knowing really how it works at the absolute bottom of League and the absolute top, I think that the T-side pistol is a lot easier to win than the CT-side pistol is. Despite the map being CT-sided, I find that the T-side is more likely to win out the pistol for some reason, and that's... that's a phenomenal dink. Not the F word I was going to use, but I've got to keep it all reined in a little bit there. It was a pretty astonishing headshot from that far away. Pendulum now down to 53, now down to 1:23, and they're going to be hurt, and they're going into the stack. Oh my lord. Literally the only place in the map they wouldn't have want to have gone into, and they're going to be losing lives left and right. 2 versus 3 all of a sudden. Gun to be picked up. Mills turns and tucks tail, but the P250 is going to follow him down, and Drew mows them with 2. A triple in the round. Pendulum, all that's left standing on the side of Verum now. Bomb not in his possession, and they've got guns picked up. It's a 1 versus 2 that isn't looking very likely if they're to trade out effectively here. Polo, head turn. He's going to be spotted by Pendulum, but it's a quad kill from Drew in round number, I believe that was 18, excuse me now, as we head into 19. Right? Oh no, that was 18. I was right, yeah. Right? Oh no, this is 18. That was 17. Got it, got it. See, I figured it out. I put it together. It's all good. Match paused. Verum using one of their second half pauses more than likely after losing out after winning the pistol. It's going to be a little demoralizing. They had their way back into things, and it just slipped out of their hands. Drew puts himself from double negative to just about pulling positive in this second half thus far, from 6-12 now to 10-12. Door blown open. They're going to head out into the A-bomb site more than likely. Soon enough, Drew does what he can, and the nade is good. Savage's angle is unexpected. It's a triple from Polo. The A-bomb site hit is a bust, and Cold Ass Riding once again are now double the scoreline of Verum as they swing 2 back into their favor. It's no buy from Verum. It's going to be a 13th put on the board by Cold Ass Riding in some crazy way. Verum managed to win this round out. I will eat a shoe. I'll do the Vince. I'll eat a shoe. Maybe there's something else more original that I can do, but it's whatever. It's Main who does good damage on a 4. He has quite the field day up ahead of him. A player's made his way close to his right. He's got help from Polo, though, and he'll find his triple. Polo will steal the ace away just a little bit there. 158 ADR in the half so far for Main after that. He's going to be very happy with that little bit of a farm offered up to him on a silver platter. Polo, though, keeps his good form going with a double of his own. 5 AKs versus 4 M4s and an AK on the side of Carr. Molly toward the top of site to deny them just a little bit of room, a little bit of spacing, and Mills has to be aware of this possibility of an outside player, and the kill has already been found towards the A-bomb site. Player makes his way down the vent. Pendulum's got it. Are they aware of that, though? Oh, they don't know. They have no idea. But Scotty has to be aware the player's made his way outside. Isn't. Molly dropped on top of where the bomb is, and another player spotted outside. Mills has to win this fight out with Drew, and he will. Takes away his positive rating. 4v3 favoring the T side now, and the CTs have to get something done. And Savage knows that, so he goes a little bit farther forward and loses his head to Chew. Close to his left, Main. Smoke's gonna fade. The player has made his way into control already. The window's been broken. He should be aware of the fact that he's in the corner now, if not before. A clear comes through. Very sloppy stuff from him. Doesn't quite pull things back in. The B-bomb site is theirs. They know that, and Landmaz is stuck towards top. Pendulum goes to hold the vent. And Landmaz has really no way into this one as Pendulum shuts it down. A 7th for Verum. They'll get the bomb down at the very end of the round. Won't give them the 800. It'll give 300 to one player, I believe, though, and that's good enough, I guess. So there's that. There is that. Fast outside control. Drew in the back of garage. Very standard position here. Usually you see it with an AUG. Usually you see it played with an AUG. But he's confident enough in his abilities to hit his shots that he's going to hold it with the M4 at range. Here's a player sprinting down through lower Polo. He's done the same, though, and he's ready for the arrival of Scotty should it come. And on the outside, Drew's been dealt with. Drew's found one. Immediately traded back, though. Savage goes for a wide peek after the nade that dunks onto the top of the head of Pendulum, and Mills is going to be in a couple of duels here, and he's not really known for being the full auto rifle player. And Landmaz kind of misses a sitter there. Polo now on the bottom sights wondering what's going on, while God Main can only do so much. He'll put one bullet into the chest of Chew, follows up for the kill, going for another one, and it's just Mills now in the 1v2. Player flying up the vent. Polo has made his way up, does good enough to pull the attention away to find Main that kill, and that will be the 14th now for Cold Ass Riding. Unrelenting aggression from them, a little bit of BM before they find themselves double the scoreline of Verum for the second time, for the third time in the game, actually, so... Two rounds is the distance between them and taking the map now, as Verum have one more buy left in them. It will be a little difficult for them to scavenge good enough guns for at least two of these players. Scotty and Ajax relegated to Galils. Not bad weapons by any means, but certainly not ideal. Smoke at ramp. AWP gets no vision. Mills has to wait it out. Mollies mean that the T's have to sit there idly by once again, and Landmaz finds the first on the outside, 5v4 in the first 15 seconds. Mills spots the head of the player at ramp, but the headshot of the AK is just so strong. Main is thankful that it was put into his hands, and he is showing why he's perfectly capable of it. Finds two before going down. Landmaz has made his way over, standing inside of the flashbang practically now as these last two players try to make their way down through the ramp. Interesting from Landmaz to drop the molly, but that just means he doesn't have to really worry about it. Drew, here's the glass breaking. Here's a Molotov coming his way. Scotty makes his way through, waiting for his teammate to make his way back, but Chew is now all that stands between Cold Ass Riding and match point. 1 versus 4. AWP on his back. Finds the first frag. Another player up at bat. Savage drops something. Tries to make his way back. This is getting interesting, I think. Does he not know? Oh my god, does he not know Savage is there? He spotted his shoulder now. Waiting for the peak to go a little bit wider. Does eventually find it. 20 seconds left, though, and Drew Starts to walk his way up the ramp. Chu doesn't have bomb, though, and that's... If he knifes out... if he knifed out like 5 seconds ago... Nah, if he knifed out a little sooner, he might have had it. If he knifed out like 5 seconds before that, he might have had it. But unfortunately for him, he hesitates. Rightfully so. There's a lot of possibilities that he's got to be aware of, and if he loses the AWP, it could have been terrible. So the last thing that they have riding on this last round of the second half, possibly, potentially the last round of the game, is the AWP. Not in the hands of Mills, in the hands of Chu. Deagle's on 3, and Ajax has a Galil. Molly at the front of Squeaky does good damage, and oh my lord, Chu just barely misses his timing on the AWP shot, but Landmaz doesn't. He goes in for a little bit more. Scotty from the top, from the heavens above. Down very low, severely damaged at this point. Critical injuries he's sustaining, and as they make their way towards ramp, Godmade not boosted up this time around. He's going to drop the bomb with the first kill, a second as well, maybe looking for the third, and it's going to be all easy for him. Finds a triple kill at the end of it all. Scotty 1 versus 5, 8 HP, just a deagle in his hand. Not going to be. It's going to be a 16th round for them. The boys of Cold Ass Riding will win it out by the end of it all, and that will be all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for game number 15. I hope to be back for game number 16, the final round of the regular season before we head into playoffs. Good game from all sides, and we will be seeing you in the next matchup, hopefully. So, all of you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, good night, whatever it may be.